Being an independent farmer allows our family to spend a lot of quality time together. There isn't a block on this place where I don't have a very fond memory of working with my grandpa or my dad or my sister. That's what farming means to me, and I cherish those memories. It's just a pretty cool life.
I am an orchard at the start of spring. I am a mockingbird, I love to sing.
Farming, you're not guaranteed anything. You have your good years and your bad years. The springtime can be really stressful, growing cherries. You could lose your entire crop in one night. It's kind of rewarding though, getting up in the middle of the night and doing everything you can to protect your crop. You know, even if you fail, you go down fighting, and it's just what you got to do for your crop and for your family. My grandpa started this in '59, and then my dad ran it, and my uncle ran it, and then now my sister and I are running it. The Dalles is an amazing spot to grow cherries. We have a unique microclimate here that allows us to grow amazing quality fruit. We have fairly cold winters and pretty mild springs, and usually not too hot of summers. It makes for a really great place to grow cherries, and especially when there's only a few places in the world you can grow cherries, and the Dalles, I think, is one of the top. There are risk factors though. I mean, cherries are delicate. You could lose your crop any given day while it's hanging on the trees. I've had to learn to deal with the stress. It's hard when it's out of your hands, but in the end, when all that hard work comes together at the end of the season and you see that first bucket of fruit hit the bin, it's incredibly rewarding. I love being an independent grower. I love taking pride in the fruit, seeing that fruit get big and then sending it to the plant. It's an amazing feeling.
Who works their whole life and relies on 1 month in Mother Nature for everything to either go well or not at all? There's not many jobs like that.
Hey Miguel, how you doing?
Good.
Is picking okay?
Yeah, good.
I like cherry harvest and the life that it provides me and my family, so much so that I changed my major in college so that I could do this. My name is Haley Elliott, and I work as a secretary for the orchard for most of the year, and then during harvest I help manage the day-to-day activities of the farm. My brother and I were always running around part of the orchard in some capacity. We used to pick it a lot differently, the process to get it out of the orchard and into the plant. As a little kid, lifting buckets all day, every day, and the exhaustion that created. Typical day starts early in the morning, usually up by 4 o'clock and in the orchards by 5. Setting up the different crews in different orchards wherever we are told to pick for the day, and then making sure that picking quality is where we need it to be and that the fruit gets to the plant in the best condition possible. Trying to manage over 100 people and being consistent throughout the day for 30 days straight is a big challenge that we face. Making sure that the pickers pick it with stems, are careful with the fruit, that it's out of the orchard in a timely manner to a hydro cooler and into the plant is huge for us. The last day of cherry harvest is the best feeling in the world, to know that you're done and you get to sleep in the next day. What I like most about working with Matt Adams is that we can always trust them to do a good job, that they're going to come through with us whether the market is good, the market's struggling, that we trust that they have our best interest in mind.
We've been working with Mount Adams, I believe, since 1985, and we've always had an amazing relationship with them. It's worked both ways. I think they trust us and we trust them. You have to have trust with your packing house or it's not going to work. And we have that trust with Mount Adams. Growing up, being a farmer is something that I've always wanted to do. I kind of meandered into other things, but it was always the common end goal is to come back and take over the farm, and that's what I've done. And when my kids say they want to be a farmer, it's kind of a proud dad moment. It's kind of cool when they say that. It gives me something to strive for. It gives me even more of a reason to do better. Seeing them inherit this one day and watching them work the land, I know it will be something that I will take a lot of joy in. It's pretty exciting to think about. There'll be mornings I'll be lacing my boots up at the front door and my oldest son will be like, "Daddy, can I go with you?" And that's something that's pretty cool. More often than not, he can jump in the pickup and go with me. I think that's a great way to raise kids. I think that's kind of the way I was raised, and in large part that's why we grow fruit. That's the life we want. Blood, sweat, and tears goes into this. It's a lot of worry. It's a lot of heartache, it's a lot of joy, It's a lot of different things you got to do to make sure that these cherries get to stores across the world. I'm Andrew Tenneson. I'm a third-generation cherry grower in the Dalles, Oregon.
Have you ever heard a voice that sounds like an old friend? Takes you right back to the kitchen. You can almost smell the cake that your grandma made on your birthday.
Have you ever laid on your back under a poplar tree, thinking about all your memories, looking at the sky, wondering why this feels like home?
Like a Tennessee river in the morning takes your breath without a